always wanted to be a flipper. Even at the age of 18, I knew I was gonna do this. But I didn't actually become a flipper until about the age of 30, after I've already owned 50 rental properties. Which sounds really friggin' weird, but I always thought that to be a successful flipper, I needed this magic pill because all the flipper friends that I knew or everyone I was following were in these expensive like 50K a year masterminds, and to be honest, I was just too cheap and frugal, and I didn't think I needed that. Even though I definitely had the money at the time, and looking back, I probably should have. It would have sped up my success, that's for sure. But after flipping 150 properties, I'm gonna give you in this video 8 secrets that you need to know that I wish someone would have told me when I started to help you make consistently 100 grand, 200 grand, 500 grand a year, or like me, well over $1 million a year flipping properties. Let's get into it. Now, the first thing you'll need is balls. Proverbial big balls, if you're a woman. But seriously, you need to be fearless if you're gonna be a great flipper. And while flipping is an amazing business and I made a ton of money from it, it is very, very risky. And as I always say on this channel, you really should be a long-term real estate investor first, and ideally until your net worth is at least $1 million before you start doing active, consistent flips. Because if you make a mistake when you're flipping, you overpay for the property, it takes too long, the quotes come in too high on the renovation. As a long-term investor, who really cares? You just wait 3 years, 5 years, the market catches up, and almost always you don't lose money.
It's free real estate.
If you do these type of mistakes on a short-term 6-month flip and you do lose money and you don't have that at least $1 million net worth, you could literally go bankrupt and lose everything. Now, what's happened in the real estate market with interest rates rising over the past year, I've seen this exact terrible worst case scenario in my mind happen to a lot of real estate investors that I know personally who were just starting off, didn't have that net worth, and in fact did lose a couple $100,000 on flips, and it totally ruined them, ruined relationships and their name with private lenders and other investors, and they're going bankrupt. Now, with the latest shift in the real estate market, we also lost a couple $100,000 on a couple of flips, but we also know what we're doing. We made a couple $1 million that same year on flips. So for me to lose a couple $100,000, it really angered me and upset me, but I can afford it. It's business as usual, and we carry on, and now we're killing flips in the new market again. But the only reason I was able to kind of weather that storm and take that punch to the face is I have a pretty large net worth. I could spare a couple $100,000 and it's not really gonna put me under. Now, starting a flipping business is a real damn business in the sense that you're taking other people's money, likely, to buy these flips on private funds or private mortgages. So you really need to know what you're doing, because if you lose money, you're gonna get sued from all these people, and it's just not the way you wanna start as a real estate investor. Hire an acquisition manager as soon as possible. Now, this is something I wish I did way, way earlier than I actually did, because I thought, it takes a lot of money to hire an acquisition manager, which is probably what you're thinking.
I don't have money to hire someone on payroll.
The reality is an acquisition manager is a commission-based job, just like a realtor, and they only make money if they bring in deals. In essence, they only eat what they kill. So if your acquisition manager is going out on meetings, taking all these phone calls, putting in all this work, but they're not bringing you any flip deals, don't worry, you're not paying them. Now, there's a million ways on how to pay your acquisition manager, but the way I do it and the way some other flippers that I know do it is give them a cut of the flip profits. Now, while a lot of acquisition managers get paid on a tier structure where if the profits are over a certain amount, they get this much money. If it's over this amount, they get this much money. It's too confusing. And truthfully, I like to bring my top people in my company into the company. So I pay my guy 20% of the flip net profits. Now, this is great because I only pay him at the end of the flip and only if it was successful and we actually made money. And it really incentivizes him to get a better deal with that seller and work harder, because the lower he can get that price, the more money he's likely gonna make on the back end when we sell this flip. So it's really, really motivating him to do a great job and get the best deal possible. Number 3, you need to blast marketing in order to find good motivated seller deals, more than you think you ever need to. And the reality is you need to spend a crap ton. And if you're flipping in Canada, it's even worse because we don't have the targeting techniques that they have in the US, where you can specifically target people who are 30 days behind on their mortgage, 60 days behind on their mortgage. America is amazing because you can access all of this information as public information. It's literally like shooting fish in a barrel. You're directly contacting someone who's clearly in financial despair, who's probably motivated to sell their crappy house. It is so easy. But in Canada, all of that information is totally private, which being a Canadian, I find that so friggin' weird that that information is available to the public. But anyway, in Canada, we have to blast an entire city just to find a needle in the haystack who's motivated and in financial despair. So the most popular way to find these motivated seller deals is flyering. I'm sure you've seen a ton in your mailbox. We buy houses, no commissions, no conditions, I'll buy your house right now. I'm sure you've seen all of that kind of marketing. So it is actually one of our main marketing types. The second type of marketing is Facebook ads, same kind of thing. We buy houses, no commissions, I'll buy your house. But what's cool about Facebook is that we can target a little more, even in Canada. We can target specific type of people who have maybe landed on our website from the flyer. We can target people who are recently searching certain terms into Google. Number 4, you wanna hire a project manager. Once you start getting these flips coming in, you got 2, 3, 4 on the go at the very least, it is absolutely time to hire a project manager. And this one hire in my business completely changed my life, saved my life, and allowed me to do all of the higher level things that I need to do as a CEO of a real estate investing company. So my project manager deals with the entire flip. She orders all of the material, she runs the renovation, checks on it almost daily, she schedules the trades, she does everything. I don't know anything about the house. I never step foot into the house at any point of the flip until it's done, and she calls me and says, project's done, time to list on the MLS. This saves me so much friggin' headspace. I'm not dealing with any of that. Number 5, you wanna hire carpenters on payroll and start your own construction company. This is absolutely by far friggin' amazing because you're obviously getting wholesale prices in a sense on your carpenters. So instead of paying a carpenter from a subcontractor, I don't know, 40 bucks an hour is pretty average for a carpenter. I'm paying my guys anywhere from $22 an hour for a first year apprentice up to about $34, $35 an hour for my top guys. So over an entire flip, that $10 an hour saving on each guy definitely adds up. But the most important reason why I go to the payroll route is for control over my guys. The worst thing you can experience with subcontractors is they work at your job Monday and Tuesday, they go over to finish another renovation they started on Wednesday, they come to your house on Thursday, only until noon though, and then they go finish Susie's bathroom on Friday. Your jobs take forever. So at a certain point when you're flipping consistently, it's definitely a great idea to hire your own construction staff on payroll. One caveat, I'm not hiring electricians, HVAC, plumbers, roofers on payroll. Those are subcontractors because we don't have that much work to keep, like, let's say an electrician or a plumber busy full time. The carpenters you definitely want to do the baseboard, trim, doors, flooring, tile, kitchen installation if need be. All of that stuff can definitely be hired in-house. Number 6, you wanna stage and design your flips. Now this is where a fruitful flip definitely stands out and just absolutely obliterates all of the other flippers in my city. Our flips have a lot of design in mind. I'm not going to Home Depot and buying the cheap flooring at the back because it's on discount. I'm not running around town trying to find the best deal on a vanity. Our flips have a look, they have a vibe, they have a feeling, and we never, ever deviate. Literally, without fail, even before the pandemic, because people would just
say, oh, your flips sell so quick just because of the pandemic.
No. We were selling flips like this in 2018, 2019, 2020 before the pandemic, and they were flying off the shelves because when people walk into our house, it totally doesn't feel like a flipper just ran through and flipped this real quick. It feels like a custom designed house. Now, thankfully, my wife is a designer, but if you don't have a wife who's a designer or a husband, definitely find one and add them to your team. And it can be just as easy as having them design a template that you're gonna use over and over and over again. Or what you could do actually is buy the Fruitful Renovation course below and just copy my flips. Inside that course, I show you exactly what kind of flooring I use, the color, where to buy it, the sink, the taps, the light fixtures, the baseboard, the kitchens, all of that and where to buy it, whether you're in Canada or America. So if you flip properties or you renovate rental properties, they're gonna be so friggin' easy after you buy this course. You just copy me. I've already done all the work for you. Number 7, take amazing pictures when it's time to list. The worst thing you can do again is have this amazing renovation, has this amazing stage job, and just have crappy iPhone pictures, which iPhones are pretty good nowadays, but you still wanna have a professional photographer who knows how to do real estate photography and just make the property look amazing on the listing. Honestly, with our flips, I know this for a fact because so many realtors have told me, buyers are already sold when they see our listing on MLS just because how great it looks before they even get to the house. And last but not least, number 8, hire a great realtor who knows how to sell properties and move these damn things. Now, the reality is you've done like 99% of the work for a realtor and they should be blessed because you provided an amazing renovation. It's staged, the pictures and videos look friggin' amazing. The realtor's just really slapping on MLS and doing their little thing just to sell it and move it. But you still wanna have a great realtor on your team. And if you're a professional flipper who's flipping a lot of properties, you should be getting a pretty good deal on the list packages, definitely not paying 2.5%. I wouldn't say you should get your license out of nowhere, but because I already have it, it's a great tool. Why not? It takes me literally 15-20 minutes to upload a listing to the MLS and they sell like this. I'm not doing that much work anyway. Anyway guys, that's the video. If you wanna find out how I can really help you take your business to the next level, check out seriously all the courses below, or even better yet, join the Fruitful VIP Insiders Club where we do live streams every single month for 2 to 3 hours and you can ask me any friggin' questions you want. And the subscription is only $50 measly a month. You gotta be friggin' kidding me. We have a great group. You can ask me all the questions you want all month long and on the live stream for $50 damn. I'll see you in the next video.